Welcome back, Gothamites. If you're new here, hi. I'm London, aka History of the Batman. So the first Friday of 2019 is already lit. DC Comics digital streaming service, the DC Universe, which I did a full review on before it came out to the public and all that stuff. So if you're like, what's the DC Universe? And should I get it? And is it worth it? And all of those questions, I will put that video in the description below if you're curious still. The first 3 episodes of season 3 of the show Young Justice Outsiders was released, and man, when I had a block of time, I just binged all 3 episodes. And I know so many people have been waiting for Young Justice to return. If you are that person, I'm sure you're asking, should have it returned? And is it as good as it was almost 6 years ago when it ended? I thought I would give my first reaction to the first 3 episodes of Young Justice Outsiders and briefly discuss the themes, characters, and if the overall tone and familiarity is still there from the original seasons 1 and 2. So just warning you now, some spoilers may happen. I am going to try my best when I discuss plot and certain things to keep it rather... Ooh, what's the word I'm looking for? Vague. Ooh, I don't know why it took me so long to think of the word vague. I don't know what that's about, but certain things I do want to discuss, and they're just straight out spoilers if you haven't watched the first 3 episodes yet. So that's just like forewarning, disclaimer, all of that. So if you're going into this, you're looking for a straight up non-spoiler review, this isn't completely non-spoiler. If you want to go and watch the 3 episodes and then come back and watch this video, it will not hurt my feelings. It's fine. But considering it's literally been out for just a day, I will do my best to not give everything away so it doesn't ruin your experience. If you do want to just stay here and watch the video before you dive into the first 3 episodes of season 3, which is so sweet, so thanks. And if you are gonna stay here and you haven't yet, why don't you subscribe to this channel and become a part of this wonderful Gothamite community. Anyway, enough about Rain. For those who don't know, I'm going to give you a super quick background on Young Justice and what it is. If you're thinking about the comic books, Young Justice isn't fully adapted from the original comic book, which debuted in 1998's Young Justice The Secret #1. That comic book did have Tim Drake's Robin leading a team of young superheroes that are literally the counterparts of the Justice League. So from Robin to Superboy to Wonder Girl, which of course mirrors the Trinity. Of course, this show, as you can see, had Robin and all of these characters, and Batman was one of the main that put the team together and headed Young Justice, which is why, which I'll get into, Batman, he's already exciting in this show. And okay, we'll get into that. I'm getting totally ahead of myself. Young Justice is an animated DC Comics television series that was created by Greg Weisman and Brandon Vietti and debuted on Cartoon Network in November of 2010. So let's just think about that for a second. Like it's a little over 8 years old from its start. Keep that in mind. I think the timing is very important. The show only lasted 2 seasons on the network despite its immense popularity among fans of that current DC animated universe, and it was canceled in March of 2013. So it was canceled almost literally 6 years ago. I know that people have asked me this before on like Instagram and other things, but they're like, if it was so popular, why does the show get canceled? Although the ratings were solid with Young Justice because people like me were watching it religiously. Wiseman said the show was canceled because of a very common aspect, like I said, with networks like Cartoon Network, and that is that the merchandise did not sell among a younger demographic. Kids weren't going to Toys R Us and buying these Young Justice figures like we do, maybe, and want to collect them, but just on average, the Mattel merchandise was not getting a return, so it wasn't making money, so they canceled the show. Very businessy, I know, but that's literally it. Like I've said in other of my videos, in particular, my video that's in defense of Teen Titans Go. I'm literally wearing a Teen Titans Go bracelet today. Anyway, I think it's BioWorld, isn't it? Hold on. It is BioWorld. If you don't know BioWorld is dope. Sponsor me, BioWorld. In my video of In Defense of Teen Titans Go, right before Teen Titans Go the movies came out, I discussed that for people who have watched the classic DCAU and we grew up in that era from like the early 90s to the early 2000s and watched those shows like Batman the Animated Series, The New Batman Adventures, Justice League, Young Justice, Teen Titans. Those shows clearly had a more mature theme and vibe and aesthetic. And a lot of fans see shows like Teen Titans Go that's literally for sure geared towards kids, but still geared towards the audience as a whole who enjoys these DC Comics characters. Some people are like, oh, it's too kiddish, or it's not as good as which do not really like that mindset. All of the shows are great. But if these shows are on Cartoon Network and not Adult Swim or Toonami, they aren't directly for my demographic, my age bracket, the bracket of 18 to 35. It wasn't for us. While Young Justice, just like Teen Titans, was praised, like I said, for its mature themes and character development and just the overall design of the show, it's definitely a fan favorite and has been. And tons of people were really devastated when it was canceled in March of 2013. But ever since then, there has been a hashtag bring back Young Justice fan campaign, and due to the fans wanting it to come back, and I believe it's because of the high ratings that Young Justice was given when it was on Netflix, the show was able to be revived in the new season 3 of Young Justice Outsiders, but it is exclusively on the DC Universe. It is a very different time to be watching this show now, and so many people that follow history of the Batman that I've seen just thrilled to pieces that the show came back. 6 years later, we're back with season 3 of Young Justice, and it seems that the format is that every Friday, 3 episodes will be uploaded to the digital streaming service. It seems that these 3 episodes are an arc of sorts. For instance, if you like this review and I get good feedback with it, I can do this review every weekend for Young Justice and talk about the 3 episodes as a whole. So I won't go one to one. I'm just going to talk about certain aspects of the arc in general. I think that'll just be easier. A lot happens within the first 3 episodes. We have a time jump of 2 years since the end of season 2, a disbanding of several Justice League members due to the world's non-responsive nature of their presence as heroes, and the core story where members of the team have to stop the people behind a metahuman trafficking ring called Bedlam that has rapidly become a global pandemic of children abductions. So already we're just starting off dark as hell. But isn't this literally what the fans wanted? People who quote unquote don't like Teen Titans Go and they think it's too kiddish. Well, guess what? We have child trafficking. There you go. Welcome to 2019. Jokes aside, this first plot is very interesting. Kept my attention the entire way, which is why literally I binged all 3 episodes. I was like, nope, 24 minutes, all 3, let's go. I need to know how this kind of rounds out. It's too interesting and too good to just be like, I can't, I'm fine with just watching the first episode. Not me! Something that I was concerned about was, will this flow right back from when you left 6 years ago in season 2 and go right into season 3? And it absolutely did, and that was very surprising. Not because the creative team couldn't pull it off, but it's just such a huge gap. But the time jump was brilliant because it literally showed you the development of certain characters, whether it's singular or they're with their significant other. And it included elements not just from the last season, but also from the Young Justice tie-in comics. Because those comics are actually based on the show, and then there's Young Justice. You know, there's 2. Comics are fun. Not confusing at all. So let's talk about certain elements that we see within these first 3 episodes. Like I said, I'm not going to dive fully into the plot because if you haven't watched it, I literally don't want to give away who's behind it and what's happening and all of that, because I would like you to see it for yourself. First off, right off the back, I love the character design. It not only keeps the same aesthetic as the Young Justice in seasons 1 and 2, but it incorporates the character design of the current DC animated original movies. When you see Batman in the series, and you also see Wonder Woman, and you see those characters that are in those films, they're designed just like those films, which are based off the New 52 design, which began in 2011 and was first incorporated by Jim Lee. That stuck out to me, and I really like that. I like that design. I like how they tied that in there. It's pretty dope. I do want to highlight the Batman family characters that you see. But let's talk about Batman for a second, because I swear he is the most like drama-filled person. It's already bad that there is Bedlam, this metahuman trafficking ordeal. Spoilers are coming within this part of the video. I'm sorry. And Batman's like, the world doesn't want us, so guess what? I'm leaving. I'm quitting the Justice League, and gets up and brings people with him. He literally had a meeting that did not involve all of the Justice League or the members of the team, and was like, hey, I'm going. Come with me. How Batman of that. Several things I observed within that sequence that actually answers my question. I was like, oh, does the DC animated movies and Young Justice tie in? It does, because Batwoman is there and she was introduced in Batman Bad Blood. So that literally answers my question. It's like Batman and Batwoman and Katana, and the trip was Green Arrow because he didn't tell Black Canary. That's already a fight at home that I want to see as like a side to that episode. I want to see that fight when Black Canary went home to see Ollie. It was like, what? Ollie was sleeping on the couch. We don't have time for this. For blatant like betrayal. Like, you're not gonna tell me? I just thought, that's real. Like, that's real. I'm sorry. And then Robin, who's there, who is Tim Drake, because of course Dick Grayson is Nightwing, he leaves as well because, well, what choice do I have? No, he has a choice, of course, but that would be kind of weird. You're gonna go, Bats? I'm sorry, Bruce. I can't go with you, but I'll see you at home. You know, it's not, it just wouldn't work. What's interesting is that they briefly mention that certain people are like, oh, I'm not gonna leave, and like, I'm not gonna join Batman Inc., which I was like, hold on. I need to see Batman Incorporated literally animated. Like, if that is the route we're going, if there was like a spin-off film from that literal sentence and does a Batman Inc. movie, I swear I need to see it. And maybe it's not, and maybe it was just a, oh, I'm calling it Batman Inc. because you took all of these members of the Justice League and the team, and it was nothing. But I'm extra, so I'm gonna go ahead and wish that they do a Batman Inc. animated film because I need that in my life. It's so dark outside. It's gonna rain. I need to hurry. We have Batman and we have Batwoman, which Batwoman is great. Batwoman is just having a great year. Like, let me tell you, like Ruby Rose's Batwoman on the CW, her pilot got picked up. She's in here with Batman, hopefully doing Batman Inc. Like, yes. Even if you want to throw in some Detective Comics stories in there, like, I'm down. And then we have Nightwing, who in the beginning of the first episode, before the time jump, shows that he is leaving the team. So Nightwing isn't necessarily a part of the team. That's what they call it. So I want to say the Young Justice team, but that's literally not what it's called. It's a team. And also, what I am like, probably one of my favorite aspects, which this isn't a huge spoiler because DC Comics put out trailers and clips and certain things, so this was known, that Oracle is in season 3. The 2-year jump shows it was Batgirl, and then it jumps and she's Oracle working alongside Grayson's Nightwing obviously, because they're meant for each other. But that's not the point. The point is Oracle is in this show. So I'm like, in the 2 years, like, are we getting like Killing Joke update? Like, I just want to know. Or are we going to go with the, she doesn't want to be fighting Batgirl anymore. She wants to be the genius computer hacker that she is, and we just take out the middleman of getting shot. Like, if that's the case, I'm down. I just really need an update about Oracle within that 2-year span and what storyline we're going with, because I'm assuming we'll have more Oracle. I would love that. And of course, Nightwing kind of heading the mission to stopping Bedlam and taking, you know, Connor and Jeff and Artemis and going to Russia and doing all that, which the storyline is so dope. Let's talk about the themes very briefly. So of course, like I said, this episode, or the concept, the core within the story, it's a dark subject. These dark themes have been seen in comics, and even darker themes have been seen in comics. And so I just like the fact that there are these topics that they want to tackle within this animated series, which is why fans are so glad that it came back, because there are these very mature themes that may not always necessarily be for kids. It is still kid friendly. I will say this. It is not that I wouldn't show this to a younger demographic, because I would. Like, if a younger person has a DC Universe app and is like, I'm watching it, it's fine, because it still plays. It's still at times lighthearted and fun. You still have these characters that, no matter what age you are, you love Nightwing, you love Tigers, you love Black Lightning, you love Superboy, like, you love these characters, so it's okay. And then you also have themes such as unity, because the Justice League, and disbanding, and kind of trust that Batman clearly broke, because he was like, come on guys, let's go. Which, literally, what reminded me of he got up from the table and left is Batman and the Outsiders #1, where he leaves the Justice League and forms the Outsiders. There are things such as unity that you see between Justice League and the team, and guilt that you see within Jeff, or aka Black Lightning. And I love kind of the progression through all 3 episodes of Black Lightning and his kind of stifleness of his power because of what happened in episode 1, and he almost is fearful that will happen again, and you see him grow from this experience just within the 3 episodes. And I actually appreciate that very much. I loved seeing that development within this arc. For my final thoughts within these first 3 episodes and my first reaction, overall, I'm so glad that Young Justice is back. I'm so glad that these characters are back, that the team is back. I love the dynamics that you see. Certain things I want to see develop. I want to see more Oracle and kind of how she plays in. I want to see how Connor and McGann's relationship develops throughout this season, because if you read anything superhero comics, you know nothing works out. Spoiler, Connor proposed marriage to her. I was like, that's so exciting. How is that not going to work out? Because, I mean, does it ever? I want to see their relationship develop within this season, and the whole wedding thing, and being engaged, and how that's going to play into this season. I literally need to see it. I want to see more of Batman and what he's doing since he left the Justice League and took people with him, like the boss and petty person that he is. My neighbor is right the fence and at her house, but Gohan is barking and is like, you're way too close. I can see you, so you must be on my property. That's Gohan's mindset. I can hear you, so like, he's just rude. And then something else that I really do want to see, and I know it's random, but they had Beast Boy within this, I swear to God, these episodes, and he's literally part of a Star Trek type show called Space Trek 3016, and I died, especially since I'm with a Trekkie. It literally, I'm like, that's amazing. Like, I would love, especially if this comes out like on Blu-ray or DVD, to have like an extra where it's just like a short 5-minute clip from an episode of Space Trek 3016. Brandon V80, if you're watching this, I have no idea what's gonna happen in the other episodes or anything, but I would just love to get like a little short film, like a 5-minute thing of him in this Star Trek show, Space Trek. I love it though. I absolutely love it. I need more of that in my life. So those are things I want to see more of, but I'm happy Young Justice is back. I love the first 3 episodes. I love the theme. I love the character design. It just flowed right from season 2 going into season 3. I love the time jump. I love the themes. I love all of it. You can catch up. If you're like, you know what? I want to watch the other 2 seasons. They're on the DC Universe app. The episodes are on the app. The comics are on the app. You can just go full on Young Justice. Like, just have a marathon. Go catch up. Go refresh. Go check it out and jump into season 3. It's fantastic. I'm excited for more. Thank you so much for watching this first reaction to Young Justice Season 3, episodes 1 through 3. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a bat thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below if you have watched the first 3 episodes of Young Justice and your thoughts on them, and if you're happy that the show is back. And I know the last couple of videos that I've done have been very like media heavy, but I'm planning right now a comic book filled video that'll come out next week. I might put out 2 videos next week, I don't know, but one that I definitely am planning is full Batman comics, and it ties in with an anniversary, so I'm excited. I love that, you know I do, and this is history of the Batman, so you know, love it. So look out for that sometime next week. I am aiming for Wednesday. Of course, all of my social media, as usual, is linked in the description below, so why don't you give it a follow and become a Gothamite. You can also check out my reviews for Comicosity, and of course, please subscribe to this channel so you become a part of this Batman community. It would mean so much to me. I hope that you are happy watching Young Justice Outsiders, because it is off to a very dynamic start. I'm really excited to see where we go from here. Thank you so much for watching, and we will have more History of the Batman soon right here on YouTube. Remember, Gothamites, all about peace, love, and Batman. Bye.